Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 RPES 360 Nationals kickoff show by Royalty Motorsports. I put their Discord link down below. They're looking for some drivers. Tony Dominguez is the guy to reach out to for any info on that, as he raced in our 358 modified series. I believe a couple truck series races with us earlier this year. So definitely on the dirt heavy side of things, if you're looking for a team, make sure to check them out. Now into the show. Obviously our 360 series is what started it all here at Reigel Promotions Esports. Back in November 7th of 2023, we had our first race. It was at Volusia, which saw, I believe, 35 or 36 cars show up, which is almost unheard of, I feel like, for a league first starting out. It blew me away. Ben and I, the night before that race started, thought that we were only going to get 10, and then we got. But Jordan Hutton was our first ever winner, and he came from, I believe, 18th to win that race, and that's what started it all. Now here we are, 135 races later. This season, though, we've averaged about 30 cars every single race. Obviously, that number will definitely go up with the 98 cars that we've assigned in this week. I'm very excited to have such a good turnout. I had a feeling we might get to 80. I did not think we'd almost get to 100. Been great racing this season. I mean, even though Mason Hannigan has won 6 of, I believe, our 9 races so far this season, it's not like he's ran away and like took them all by a mile. He's definitely had to work for a couple of them. We did see a few guys get their first wins this season, though. Like Bowen Smith, he opened the season up by outdueling Mason Hannigan, and then Caden Berry, pretty much the Steve Kinzer of Reigel Promotions Esports, picked up his first win this season at I-55 just a few races ago. Yeah, as I just spoke about Caden Berry, I mean, he has like 23 wins all time in the 360 series, and he'll be up on deck Monday night. And same thing, Caden Berry has not been racing full time this season, but Mason Hannigan's kind of stepped into that role so far. We'll see if the rest of 2025 is the same. A lot of good drivers this week, though. A lot of new faces that we haven't seen since last year's 360 Nationals or ever with our league. So we'll have to see how they fit in with the rest of our drivers that we normally have. First, I wanted to go look at the point standings that we have so far this season. As we just talked about, Mason Hannigan dominating so far this season with 6 wins, 7 top 5s, and 8 top 10s in his 9 starts. Trevor Royer back 173 points in second place. Trevor Royer is one of those guys. He has not won with our league since last August, but he's always running up front. Just never seems to have any good luck go his way. He did finish second in the King's Clash last year, which is the only event that probably rivals this one when it comes to prestige with our league. And a new face, Spencer Putney, surprising entrant this season. He's only back 193 points. Keep in mind there is a 200 points, over 200 points you can earn in every single race. So it's really closer than you think it is, but Mason Hannigan's still over a race lead just over halfway through the season. And Bowen Smith there, 199 points back, and then Ty Williams rounds out the top 5. Now I'll take a look at our track stats here for the RPES 360 Sprint Car Series. I see Knoxville. We have been here 6 times. Caden Berry has won 4 of them. Mason Hannigan picked up the win just in April, on April 28th this year. Actually holding off Caden Berry. That was one of the best races of the season. And then last year's 360 Nationals winner was Justin Stoles, who will not be in competition this week. So that allows a definite first-time winner of this event. And the track record is a 15.361, which was set back on April 28th by Caden Berry. And speaking of last year's 360 Nationals, we'll look here at last year's results. Justin Stoles picked up the win. He didn't take the lead till almost 10 laps to go in that race, as it was one of the slickest surfaces we've ever seen. As last year's format, a few of you drivers might remember, but we did the whole 4-day format basically in one night. So we had a lot of racing on the racetrack, and we never reset the track the whole entire night. Still great race, and we didn't really have barely any cautions either. It was heartbreak for Kenny Hoffman and Tyler Schell. They were battling up front and came together, and that's what allowed Chad Griggs and Justin Stoles to really battle it out there in the last 15 laps. Then one of our stalwarts of the Big Block Modified Series, Logan Herbert, surprisingly finished 3rd after starting in the 20th spot. A lot of those names that you see that finished in the top 10 last season are not here this week. So, like I said, a lot of new faces this week. And lastly, we'll take a look at the results of earlier this season. Like we said, Mason Hannigan outdueled Caden Berry there towards the end. Miles Jansen, that was his first 360 race we ever saw him in. He won the 305s, the last 2 point races that we've had. And then, same night, I believe he's the only car to finish on the podium in the 305 and 360s in the same exact night. And he was actually the 98th entrant in this week's race. And 5th place in points, Ty Williams finished 4th, and Derek Patetti, who will not be in competition this week either, finished 5th. Look at the list of rewards we have this week. This is just a few of the rewards. We may have some more yet. Wednesday night's winner will receive a custom trophy, courtesy of 6 Trophies. Everyone loves their trophies. It's definitely something that everyone wants to win at the end of the race. Casey Simmons Cinematography, one of our newest partners with the league, is offering a free photo session to the fast qualifier on Monday and Tuesday night. And hasn't happened yet in the last 5 or 6 races, but if there is a last lap pass, they will receive $5 courtesy of F&D awareness. And Full Throttle Motorsports will pay $1 each for the leaders of lap 9, 19, 29, 39, and 49. We still have every other lap still available. If anyone would like to sponsor, it's $2 to sponsor a lap. $1 goes to support Ty Dickinson, and then the other $1 goes to the lap leader. And Metcalf Cinematography is presenting our best appearing car this week, just as they did with the 305 Nationals a month ago. It'll be a free photo session and $10. Those votes will conclude at the checkered flag of Wednesday night's feature event, and that is when we will announce the winner. Premier Racing Setups at every single Reigel Promotions Esports event hands out a free setup pack to the driver that experiences the hardest luck throughout the night. And we have Roya's Graphics, who sponsors Victory Lane at all the 305 and 360 events with our league. We'll present a free wrap to the pole sitter of Wednesday's A main, which will be the top point driver after the 2 qualifying nights. Then another one of our newest sponsors is Twisted Speed has came on board to be the Hard Charger Award for nearly every single event for the rest of 2025. They will give out a free setup pack for the Hard Charger at each RPES event. And also they will give out $10 to each of the prelim winners this week. And lastly, WFO Designs will give out a free wrap to the driver that finishes second. So even if you don't win on Wednesday, you still at least get something. All right. As we said, we have 98 cars. There'll be 1 fast repair during the races this week, up to 3 green-white checkered attempts. We've never needed a 3rd attempt, so I'm hoping we never have to get there at this point. Mirrors will be disabled, and it's not really a points race this week. It's just $100 to all the drivers that signed up. That all you have to do is just participate in one of the nights, and you receive those 100 show-up points. And then on Monday and Tuesday, the format will be we'll have our drivers meeting, which will be 10 minutes after the session opens, so at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. The last 5 minutes of practice, we'll close the track, and then we'll go over the night's procedures. And then we have lone qualifying, be 2 laps within 3 minutes to do your best times. Points are rewarded for all drivers, 200 for first, then it goes down by 2 points from there, just like the Knoxville Nationals. We have 4 heat races, so we'll have 13 cars in each heat race, and there'll be 8 laps, and there'll be 8 car invert, so you're going to see a lot of passing in the heat races. The rest of the drivers go to the B mains, and it'll be 2 of those, 10 laps, and the top 4 will go out of both of those, and the non-transfers get 142 points, 140, and so on. And we'll do the warm-up session, just as we always do. I have it set for 10 minutes, but you know we never run 10 minutes unless we absolutely need to. More likely, we're going to plan on not resetting the track at all. So we'll more than likely probably run about 2 or 3 minutes of it and just advance it. And the feature will be 25 laps, so 24 cars, and points will be awarded the same as they were in qualifying. Then the top 16 in points after the first 2 nights will lock in your first 16 spots in Wednesday night's feature. The rest of the drivers will go into one of the 4 B mains, and they'll be lined up based on how many points they had in their qualifying night. Tiebreakers for that will be done by whoever had the best finish, and then if they both finish in the same spot somehow, then we will do it based on who had the best qualifying position. And then this is the one that you definitely want to keep your eyes on. So the top 2 will transfer out of each of the B mains. It'll all be 20 laps to distance. First one will be in League 11709, and it'll open at 8 o'clock, and then we'll start that at 8:15. That first B main will definitely start at those times. B main number 2 will open at 8:15, and then I have that set as 30 minutes of practice just in case the other one runs long. But as soon as we're done with B main number 1, I can get into the next session. We will start the next one, and that's the same way they all work. But each of these B mains will be in a separate league. The 4th B main will be in League 11603. I will send out all the invites either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. That way everyone can join them and I can get everything set up. And then finally, the feature event will be in League number 10762. It will open at 9:15. Same thing as the B mains. If one of those B mains runs long, then the green flag start time may be pushed back a little bit. But we were definitely going to shoot for a 9:30 green flag for the first segment, as it'll be 50 laps. But since they cannot make it on fuel or barely make it on fuel, it'll do 2 segments of 25 laps with the fuel stop in the middle, just as we did last year. 5 minutes in between the segments to make any adjustments you want. You just cannot go on the racetrack. The track will be closed. You can refuel the car and make any setup adjustments you need, and we'll complete the next 25. Lap cars will be the same amount of laps down after the break as you were before. So the game might think you're in the lead lap still, but you're not. Yeah, at the end of the day, we will put you in the results. If you are 5 laps down the first segment, you will still be 5 laps down when you start the next one. And any driver that's not currently on the racetrack at the time of the checkered on the first segment, you will not be able to continue. All right, and here is your full night 1 qualifying night roster by Slide Job Syndicate. So this will be your Monday, July 7th roster, 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So obviously headlined by a few drivers like Ryan Sheet, Caden Berry, Ty Williams, Matt Hinkle, Ryan Alva. Like I said, a lot of good names both Monday and Tuesday. We tried to mix it up to be about as equal as we could across the nights, while also allowing drivers to be able to make the night that they need to make it. Now Tuesday night, you have our point leader Mason Hannigan, Ethan Johnson, who won one of our super late model races almost a year ago at this point. Our 305 Nationals champion Derek Jones, Kenny Hoffman, who won the King's Clash and Williams Grove National Open last year, will be in action, and Chad Griggs, who is runner-up, and a lot of other names as well. And here's a list of all the different states and countries that the driver signed up from. Includes 26 different states and 5 different countries, with them being the United States, Canada. She had 7 drivers sign up from Canada. We have New Zealand, Tasmania, and Australia. And the most led the way with Pennsylvania, which is where I grew up. So maybe one of the Pennsylvania guys will bring it home this year. They did win the 305 Nationals, so maybe the 360 Nationals will come home too. And also, unlike the 305 Nationals, we did actually have a driver from where the track is from. We did not have a single driver from North Dakota or South Dakota for the 305 Nationals, which was at Houston's. Well, we'll see here if any of our drivers that we're looking to talk to are ready to go. It looks like Matt Hinkle is in the broadcast waiting room, so we may get a word with him first. We were supposed to have Mason Hannigan join us, but he's not able to make it tonight. And I've not heard back from Chad Griggs quite yet, so I'm not 100% sure. We have 4 drivers slated, so hopefully we can get at least 3 of them. Hey Matt, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Quite a turnout you had there, bud.
Oh, I know. I'm surprised. I said it a couple times at the 305 National. I expected us to get to maybe 80. I did not think we'd almost get 100. But
Yeah, that'd have been nice to, man, two more 100 cars, 50 each night. I mean, you're gonna have your hands full. That's all I know.
uh, Ben is surprisingly excited. I don't know how. Ben's never excited. But well, first I guess we talk about your season. I mean, so far you had a best finish at 8th at Kokomo and Lucas Oil, and you're running about 10th in points right now.
Yeah, uh, open setups aren't really my cup of tea. I'm more of a fixed setup guy. I'm trying to figure out the open setups. So I found the key to success to at least finish in those positions is dodge the wrecks when they do happen, and just try to end with 0x, and your points will take care of themselves.
Yeah, that's a lot of it, honestly. Just having some good luck, which we've seen a lot of our drivers, they just can't never find any luck, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like I know, like Trevor
Yep.
Royer is one of them. He always has speed, it seems like, but he can it just never feels to go his way.
Yeah. I feel like I always have not I don't have Mason Hannigan or Caden Berry's speed, but I got decent speed. But man, when that track starts to go, it's just that throttle control, knowing where to go and all that is just guys are good at it. I mean, their I ratings are what they are, and they're as fast as they are because they're very good at what they do.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I we've seen Mason Hannigan now race this season, but I've seen Caden Berry win numerous races with our league. I was going through the driver stats. I found a crazy stat. He has never finished worse than 8th ever in a 360
That's
race.
my best. That's my best.
And that was only
So
once. He finished in
yeah,
the top 5 every time except for once.
yeah, yeah. That's I mean, yeah, it shows. He uh he started at the back. Well, he ran the dirt modifieds with us as well. They're the three. Did we do 358s or the regular big blocks? I don't remember.
I think it was the
Um,
358s, I believe.
yeah, he started at the back of one of them, and next thing I knew, he was banging on my back bumper for like second or third, and just walked away from me. So, I mean, he's just I don't think the cars really matter. He's just fast in whatever he logs into.
Uh, he uh, he raced our third-party gaming challenge series last year. Obviously, he won the sprint car portion. We did 360s, pro late models, and big blocks last year, and he lost to Logan Herbert in the championship, I think by 1 point.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's what kind of
yeah.
surprised me with those type of people, though. It's usually they don't usually like pull away by that much. They're usually just up front, and then they just find a way to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, exactly. They at the end, they're always there, and then there's some other ones as well that you see that get in some incidents. They go get their car fixed, and with wrecked race cars, not wrecked race cars, but you can visually see there's a few things wrong with their cars, and they still just know how to do it, and they can get up there.
That's something we definitely see in our pavement series. That happens quite a bit, where there's drivers that
Yeah.
might be in a wreck early on. I mean, it's tougher with those just because we don't do fast repairs with them, so it makes it a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult. But
Yeah. No, but my season there, the what did you say I was 10th in standings?
yeah,
That's probably not going to improve on that too much. My falls are pretty booked up, so I'll race when I can, but this will probably be one of the last 360 races I make with you guys until next year. But that's all good.
I've already started planning for 2026, so schedule's already done. To be honest with you.
Nice, nice. As
I
long as
I will
as
make everyone wait to know the full schedule until at least November, though.
Yeah. Yeah. How about a little sneak peek? When's it going to start? How about that?
Well, February 16th will be the kickoff show for the year. How about that?
There you go. There you go. And how long will it run till? When will it end?
Well, we'll end about the same time we're going to do this year, so like December.
Nice. That's going to be a nice long season. Very nice.
I can't say if they're all going to be sprint car races, though. But
Gotta keep it exciting somehow. We so our team named it, myself, I think we got about 6 or 7 other drivers registered, the Sim Racers Anonymous, that we go by on our Discord channel. We did a series for a while called the Rollin' Racing Series. We only got a handful, 10, 12 drivers, and we would literally pick, say, 12 cars, 12 tracks, roll some dice, and put that car on that track on a fixed setup, a iRacing setup, and we went out and we raced. You had 20 minutes to figure the car out. So the Formula V's on dirt, Pro 2 lights on road courses, some of them Cadillac or GT3 type cars on like Langley or one of those little tiny pavement short tracks. We that was really fun. Just not knowing what you were going to get until literally right before the server launched.
I mean, I've heard of a few leagues that like Two Back Guys Sim Racing Promotions. They used to tell me how they used to do that when they first started, and I was like, I don't think I could do that. I love planning too much.
Yeah, that was our excitement of planning, was telling everybody to be in the Discord at, say, 7 o'clock. I'd go live on my screen, use a little computer dice program, a website that rolls the dice, and that'd be our cars, launch the server, and away we went. So yeah, we had a lot of fun doing it, but it just never could get any drivers to want to join in and do that. It was always our little core group of 10, 12 guys every time. But anyway, but yeah, you got quite a setup going on here with your league. Very nice.
Well, Ben and I, put in a lot of hard work, and we try our best. I mean, a lot of the times it's a struggle because just like anything else, kind of up to the mercy of others. I mean, you can do what you can, but sometimes you can only do so much.
I like that you have a lot of common sense rules. That be nice to see iRacing add some of those common sense rules. When you get the wing sprint cars out there without wings on them in races in the official side of things, that's not very fun sometimes. So I like a lot of your rules that you have in place to keep the action clean, keep the race moving, and a lot of clean drivers. I mean, I said I dodge wrecks, but there's not really a whole lot of wrecks to dodge. Little tiny tracks, obviously, we do get a lot of cautions on those. But when we get on those bigger tracks, like we said, Caden Berry and Mason Hannigan usually are getting very close on my relative when I'm at the back of the pack in a matter of laps.
Yeah, I will say, honestly, I mean, I love sprint cars, but I think Ben would agree with me that we love the big block modifieds. They are, I always say, the golden child for Promotions Esports.
They are the best driving car.
Like never have any wrecks. Like it's hardly ever any yellows.
Yeah. I feel those are the best driving cars on iRacing for dirt myself. I enjoy running them. I ran that series with you guys. They are a lot of fun. They are a blast.
Well, if you want, you can have the floor and talk about your new league that you're going to start this fall.
Well, appreciate it. We're just trying to marry ourselves to one car. Sprint cars, obviously, like you said, you love them. I love them. A lot of the guys that race with us, we love them. So we started a Discord in a league, Slide Job Syndicate. We stole some of your rules. I'm going to straight up tell you, we took some of your rules. We took some from Dirty Old Bastard. We took some of their rules and tried to put them together and make a league that It seems like 360 sprint cars are just the sweet spot for sprint car racing over the 410s or the 305s. So we're gonna give it a go. Unfortunately, it sounds like we're gonna compete on nights, but my season will be over before yours starts. So
Yeah.
just looking forward to it. Slide Job Syndicate. I think our wording there, we had to be careful with it. We had to add Racing League to Facebook. They were going to not approve it because of the words. I guess syndicate's a bad word sometimes, but yeah.
odd.
So Slide Job Syndicate Racing League is where we're at on Facebook, and there's links to our Discord.
As I mentioned earlier, Slide Job Syndicate will be the title sponsor of Night 1 and 2 this week, and hope to be a partner for quite a long time with each other.
Yep.
Well, is there anything else you want to mention before I get to our next interviewer?
Nope. I think I'm going to get out there on that track and see if I can put some laps in, and we'll be back and ready to go tomorrow night. And I appreciate everything you guys do to put this on, and glad we could help out, just trying to get our name out there, and look forward to it.
Yep, no problem at all. See you tomorrow night.
Yep. See you.
Looks like our next interviewer is going to be Ty Williams, who sits 5th in the current RPES 360 Sprint Car Series point standings. Hey Ty, how you doing? Hey Ty, you got a copy? We'll give him a moment. He'll eventually figure it out.
What's up?
I was just waiting for you to unmute yourself.
Oh, yeah. I was taking out the trash real quick at the house.
Well, I wasn't prepared to interview you, but I know you're fifth in the points. I know that much. And, I mean, you've had a decent season. Haven't been able to get a win yet, but I believe you had at least one podium run this season.
I think I've had a couple this season. I mean, really, I haven't finished outside the top 5, top 10 almost all year. Got myself in some situations, but managed to come back from them.
Nice. Such situations are just bound to happen.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to drive it like I do in real life, and not a lot of people have ran sprint cars in real life, so they don't know the situations and how to kind of maneuver around them.
I guess what would you say is the thing that you see the most that you think some drivers should learn with some experience?
Well, like when you throw sliders, like a lot of people sit there and say, "Oh, you should clear it by a car or more." And if you're in a real car, you notice it everywhere you go. Like, we're throwing it on your bumper because we don't want you to cross us over, and we'll always drag a brake to slow you down to make you brake. So you can't cross us over and slide us. So we try to slow your momentum down, and a lot of people don't catch on to that and just kind of run you over.
I mean, at least from my vantage point, usually with like adminning, if the other driver could see you coming, then most of the time I feel like it's up to them to be able to cross you back over or let off the gas. Otherwise, like if they can't see you, sure, but that's at least usually what I go for.
Right. Like last night, I was actually racing at my home track at Butler in my 410, and off the initial start, a lot of people like to file in, and I was like, well, I'm starting 9th, and I want to get to the top because my track was top dominant, so I just barreled it in there in the first corner and threw a slider, and everyone's like, that took balls. It's like, well, you got to have those to win, or
Well, to race
quite
a 410 in
honestly,
general, I feel.
Right. So quite honestly, if you just sit back here and pan out what you're going to do throughout this whole time, you're going to fall behind the 8 ball. Because all of us are going for the same real estate. We want to win, but you have to make your moves when you can. I'm hoping I can pull off this 360 Nationals this year. So
Hey, we saw what I feel like is an underdog win last year. I mean, I don't think anyone starting the night expected Justin Souls to win.
no, I
Even
used
at
to
the
be on the
halfway
team
point.
with Justin Stoltz. I used to be on the team with Justin Stoltz. We started out on Vanderpool Racing, and then
Okay.
we went to 25 Enterprise with Taylor Wineland and House of Speed. We've been around with each other for a minute. And he's the one that actually got me really into going on iRacing and being competitive. And after Alex Bergeron got on the other night and he had to host it up and we ran it and I beat Alex Bergeron and some of those guys. And I was like, well, obviously in the 360 we have speed, so I might as well try my luck.
Yeah, if you're beating Alex, I feel like you're doing something right.
I hope so. I've been putting in some of the work to try to get better and be cleaner and learn how to run a slick track instead of being a tacky track bandit.
See, I'm kind of I would say I'm bad at both, but I especially hate a fast racetrack.
Yeah, but I'm hoping I can put on a show. I know you guys know my I can't say it. You guys know I run the top. You give me a top, I'm there. Because I ran your guys' King's Royal, and the last interview I got, you're like, are you going to be on the top? And I'm like, it's going to be either 25-75 I survive. So
Well,
I hate running the bottom.
our next King's Clash will be September 17th.
You best bet I'll be there.
We're not going to pay the 200 to win that we did last year. We're going to pay the full field again. We're going to do $50 to win and $10 to start. It'll be a $10 entry fee this year.
Yeah, a lot of people run these for the money. I don't. I run them for the fun.
That's why
More fun
I've
I have.
always wanted to try that structure of like, because that way it's not really a risk and it's not that high of a payout, but at the same time it's enough just to give back to the drivers.
Yep. I mean, a lot of people are there for the money. I can care less about it. You can pay me $1. And I'm like, hey, I did it. And I get to go home, but I'm pretty sure my prelim night's Monday night, and I'm ready for it. And I just see my team's actually sponsoring a setup pack
Oh yeah.
for a prelim win. So it's like, well, maybe I can get it. And then he was like, well, then who are we going to give it to? Because you have them already. And I'm like, that's okay. We can throw it out to someone else. Do a spin a wheel. So if I win, I'll spin a wheel between whoever all finished. And there we go. And he was like, oh, okay.
And they've started to be a pretty good partner with us.
Yeah.
And looking forward to seeing what we can do together, as they're offering $5 to win for a lot of our other events that we've done lately as well.
Yeah, but Twisted Speed's a great team. Like Daryl and all them, great people. James Murphy's actually the one that got me on board with them and said, hey, come run this. Come run with me. You're doing good in modifieds. And that's how they got me, is because of a modified. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll come do it. And got on there, started running their sprint car team with them. Like, it's fun. I enjoy them a lot. They don't expect me to be on all the time, which that's kind of helpful with me having 3-year-old daughter, spending time with her, and obviously being on the road racing. and that kind of gives me a breather instead of having to run so many officials for these teams and really just being codependent on a computer. They're
That's
good
one good
people,
thing about
though.
iRacing. You can just jump on and race. You might not be good, but you can at least race.
Right. And like they even said, they literally consider me like I'm one of their house drivers, but I also represent third party gaming. So it's like Justin and Troy and all of them. Those are my homies. And if it isn't for them, I actually probably wouldn't be running the Nationals this year because I had a little incident with my card and someone decided to want to steal it. And if it wasn't for Troy, I wouldn't be running the week.
No, over the past year or so that I've done this, you're like probably the 7th or 8th person that I've heard that something like that's happened to them. And I never would have thought that before.
Well, I'm a dumb and decided to put my card in my fire suit the other night, and I guess when I pulled my phone out, it dropped my card.
Oh,
and
well.
Now it's starting to get charged.
Some people.
Some people are just not the nicest to go, hey, look, this is the driver that it belongs to. Let's spend it as quick as we can and as soon as we can.
Yeah, it's not like the cards don't have your name on it.
Right. But it is what it is. Can't be mad at a person for, I guess, trying to hustle. Thank God they only spent like $10 on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I caught it, and it was like, I didn't do that.
Yeah, that's because that's what they usually try to do. I feel like.
Right. But they spend $10 there, and I noticed it, and I hurried up and locked it and said, I need a new card.
Well, is there anything you want to talk about before I let you go?
No, I mean, I'm ready to rip the lip. Give me a high side and handsome track, and we'll be good.
Well, we'll do our best.
And I'll live by the motto of 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 TV, slide or die.
Well, thanks for joining the show, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep, thank you.
All right, looks like, at least for the time being, looks like our third and final interviewer tonight will be the 07 of Michael Skirring. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Yourself, Andrew?
Not too bad. Ready, nervous, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm ready, but still a little nervous though, because I know there's a lot of good guys in night one, and your night just really matters to help out with your for the finale. So just gotta hope that we do good for qualifying and are able to keep the speed up for the rest of the night.
Yeah, qualifying is certainly going to be the key. We saw with a lot of guys in the 305 Nationals where they might not have done that great otherwise, but if they qualify well, they could at least be on the edge of making the feature.
Yeah, especially since we're going out second, we should be able to, have a good track with some good speed, but I guess it all just depends on how we do and if we're hitting our marks, and it also just kind of matters if we can keep that speed up through the rest of the night, because if we can't do good in our heat race, then we're not going to move forward too much.
I mean, how are you looking forward to the 8-car invert? I mean, I told Ben I can't wait.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it'll definitely show the guys who deserve to make the feature and the guys that just can't keep up. Because obviously, if you start first and you finish first, then you're able to hold off the fast guys that are punished by the invert. So hopefully, we're one of those guys that can, move through the invert and make our night a lot easier and get those passing points. But if we can't, then oh well, then we'll just have to run through the soup if we have to.
Good news is, so we got so many cars that we could not just run 3, so I had to actually borrow a league from someone else so we could add a 4th B main, because I did not want to have, I believe it would have been 27 cars in a B main.
Oh, yeah,
So
that definitely would have that definitely would have made that B main interesting for the transfers.
Yeah. I mean, it's at least 20 laps, but that I wasn't happy about that. So if everyone shows up, we'll only have max 20 cars now, and it'd be main.
Well, that's a lot better than having 27 and 1 for so many transfer spots.
Ty Dickinson's been on me all week trying to get me to start 30 cars in Wednesday's feature. I told him it's never going to happen.
That does sound like Ty trying to get you to do something.
I mean, he's lucky we're starting 24 cars.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be a good event overall with how much talent and I mean just the amount of guys we have in general. It's not even just talent, but having so many cars, it definitely makes it interesting and gets to show the best of the best on iRacing, being able to race for the prize pool and the custom trophy and all that. So I think it's definitely going to be a good 360 Nationals this year, and hopefully we'll have a better one than we did last year, because I know we got about 10th in the B main and we didn't get to make the feature, and I know Justin Stoles ran away with it last year, so hopefully this year we'll be able to contend for the fighting spot for first.
I'm actually interested mostly to see how the track comes together throughout the night, especially on Wednesday's sessions. We'll start 10% and it'll carry over. I mean, last year's feature was very slick, which the drivers actually handled very well, but because we ran it all in one session last year.
I mean, I think it'll be a good track. I would love to see if the bottom would come in. I know usually with Knoxville on iRacing, it slicks up and it gets all the way up to the top, and the only line is there. And hopefully there will be somewhat of a bottom groove, so that way there can be multiple lanes to fight on.
Yeah, I definitely expect it to be fast on the faster side on the first 25. I feel like the second 25 should get to where you should be able to run at least the middle to the bottom. I mean, there's been a couple updates since last year, but the bottom was actually where you wanted to be last year.
Yeah, I know lately with how Knoxville has been, they've been making the bottom more and more there, so hopefully that'll play out, but you never know with Knoxville. It could be top, it could be bottom, it could be slider through the middle, or trunk your wing back and pray.
Yeah, that's actually why Knoxville's probably my favorite dirt track to run on iRacing. Just because you don't really, every lap the track keeps changing and you got to keep your momentum up. I mean, you lose your momentum at all and you've completely just are out to lunch basically.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what separates Knoxville from a lot of the other tracks, like Port Royal and Eldora and tracks like that. Like they just get up to the top, and it's whoever has the real estate has it. But Knoxville's just always been so good at having multiple lanes and having to be able to line search all the time instead of just running one lane and hoping that your setup can handle it.
Yeah. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things, honestly, about this event is the fuel stop in the middle. It's just like real life kind of where you can make any adjustments you need to in between the segments.
Yeah, I do like that because I know last year we ended up not changing anything. We said, oh, we'll just leave it how it is and run it. And it definitely did not help. We weren't ready for the track to change like that. And this year we're gonna make those changes that we need. I know me and the guys, we're getting prepped. We're making our setups like just ready for any track day that may come at us. Especially at Knoxville, like if you have a bottom set and you're not ready for the bottom to be gone, then you're definitely going to be slower than a lot of guys and lose a lot of ground. So this year we're definitely going to make sure we're ready for whatever the track may throw at us.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, all 98 drivers can be on their best behavior this week.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do the best we can. I know for the Regal 360 series at Knoxville didn't go too well for us, and hopefully we're just able to take that speed that we had, being able to go last second throughout that race, and just be able to take it to nationals and have the same amount of speed.
I mean, yeah, we've seen you come from the back quite a bit this season. I mean, I believe at least 3 separate occasions you passed over 10 cars in the feature.
Yeah, we've always been good at, getting around cars and being able to just find the right line. It's just whenever we get up to the front, and that's when bad luck likes to hit us. We are running good. Like I know, I think it was I-55. I know we were battling for second there, and Gavin was just able to get right under us, and it's unfortunate, but we're just gonna do what we can, see if we can figure out what the issue is, and just learn from it and be quicker, and hopefully going out second, that'll set us good for points, and we'll have an early lead, and we'll be able to just keep the speed up and maybe get enough of a gap where we can kind of breathe a little bit and just be able to kind of focus on doing our own thing instead of having to worry about drivers around us.
Well, thanks for joining us on the show. And is there anything else you want to talk about before I let you go?
Just want to do a reminder that any winnings that are come from the 360 Nationals will be going to Ty Dickinson's medical bills to support him, and just praying for him in general. I know it's definitely not easy for him. I know there's a lot going on, and if possible, what we're going to try and do is if we do end up winning, we're going to take the trophy and we're going to go pay a visit to Ty and see if we can have him sign it and get a t-shirt signed from the man himself.
I actually just got my t-shirt in the mail a couple days ago.
Yeah, we actually just got ours today, and we passed them around to the boys. And like I said, if we win, we're definitely going to go make sure we pay him a visit and pay the man up for his medical bills.
Yeah, it was great to be able to support him with the Dickinson challenge we had. We raised almost $1,000 for him, which was unbelievable, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's great what people can do when they're trying to lend a hand, and hopefully we see more kindness like that just throughout the following months, and people buying more shirts to help support them. And even me and my team, we decided to pitch in a little bit when we saw the Dickinson challenge going on, and we just support Ty, and he's a great guy, and it really sucks that he has that going on, but we're going to pray for him, and we're going to do the best we can this year for the 360 Nationals to, get his name definitely on the car and get it out there so that way everybody can maybe lend a hand to help him out as well.
Well, I'm sure he really appreciates that, and we'll see you this week.
All right. See you, Andrew.
Does look like we have one more person interview yet. It is the driver that has over 100 starts with Regal Promotions Esports. It's Jimbo Rooney. Hey, Jimbo, how you doing?
Hey, not too bad, Andrew. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Nervous, but I'm ready to go for this week.
Will this be the most cars you've ever had registered for one event?
I believe so.
Yeah, me too. I thought so too.
I don't think.
Usually when I see 60, I go, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if. I mean, I'm sure there's been some other league that's probably had more for a nationals race, but I myself have not seen it in my time looking at people's leagues at least.
No, me either. No, 100's definitely a lot.
Thing is, I feel like we could have had more because there's a couple guys that even run our series that weren't able to make it this week, and I just.
Yeah, that's insane though, and that's crazy to think about that there's guys that can't even make it that are often driving, and yeah, and we still have 98 cars. That's awesome.
Honestly, it blew my mind. Honestly, the 305 Nationals I feel like was equally as impressive, because I mean
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
that
high
was
rated
wild.
gap
That was
one, and honestly they did a great job all week for it being Houston's. There was like barely any yellows.
yeah, everybody but me. But yep, you're absolutely right. But no, that was a good race. That was good, and what a good turnout. And it just shows you that there is a lot of lower I rating guys that are really taking it serious and like to do the league races and the big national stuff. So that was pretty cool. And those are just growing every time as well.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. Remember when we started it last fall, we had like 12 to 15 cars, and now we're getting more cars in the 360s.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Oh yeah, I mean 305 this year has been incredible. It's been a really good turnout. You're
There's
right.
been
It is
like
almost more
35
every.
cars like every week.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been really fun. Yeah, and I have had a lot more, trouble trying to win in that league and everything, but that's good. That's growth is good.
I believe as long as the late model guys can behave, I think we're gonna try a 3-day race like this next year for them.
Cool. Yeah, that would be fun. No promises that they'll behave, but hey,
Yeah,
gotta give it a shot.
that's up to them to behave. That's we never have
The
any
thing
luck
about
with late
them,
models, but
yeah, the thing about them is I feel like even though they do beat and bash a little more, there's normally less yellows because they can beat and bash and keep driving.
like I just feel like I don't understand why there's such a difference between them and the big block people. Like
Yeah,
we never have any
the big
issues with
block.
the big blocks, and
Smooth.
then the late models are just.
I don't think the big blocks lose the right front as easily as because of whatever that last update or whatever. But the late models just lose their right front. Like it's a glass as soon as you hit the wall.
That, and I feel like when you touch each other, it's just a lot easier to spin in a late model.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my honest thought on a racetrack for that is Kokomo. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that would be a little insane.
But I feel like that's
think
another one of these. We could probably get a car count. Probably not 360 car count, but we probably get 80, I think.
Yeah, definitely. If you advertise enough and get people on there early, I think you do a really good job with making sure people know about the event early enough and reminding them the whole time that. Because a lot of times I see an event I like and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do that, and I just don't sign up right away, or then I forget about it. So you do a good job of reminding people and keeping them signing up.
I noticed that, like, when I know certain people, like, obviously I know you race pretty much every single race, so you're one that usually I don't have to message because I pretty much know that you're going to, but
Yeah.
I would say surprisingly sometimes people don't like when I send the messages, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, just if you don't like my messages, just don't answer me.
Yeah, exactly. It's that simple. No, but that's how it's that effort and that time that you put into it that makes your events grow each time. And we lose a couple drivers each race, I'd say too, that don't want to come back, but it definitely we gain more than we lose in your promotion, and I usually don't mind the ones that we lose.
Like I still think back to like the first race first season that we had. I mean, I opened the show up by talking about it. Like our first show, Ben and I before the race, we made it a hosted session instead of doing it in a lead because we thought we were going to get like 5 cars, and then we got like 36.
Yep, that was a good omen, huh?
And I was like, what?
Then
we went to Lincoln, and that was.
That's what Hellbrook is.
Yeah,
Lincoln's always been your
that was why we didn't go
crux.
back to Lincoln for another year.
Yeah, speaking of the first season, I was just watching 2 nights ago. I was watching the Empire Super Sprints Speed Week, and Jeremy Hutton was on there. He was your first champion. He had a bad night with the CRSA sprints because he started on pole and ended up, I think, 10th or 12th or worse, probably. Yeah, he was a fun guy to race with.
Yeah, he was always one of the better ones to start with. I was kind of sad he wasn't able to stick around for the second season to battle Caden Berry. I think that would have been pretty fun to see.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on in a very long time. I know he has a 305, a 360, and a 410 sprint car, so I'm sure that doesn't leave him a lot of time to play games anymore. I guess if you have to pick, I'd probably go with the real one.
I'm pretty sure one of the times I was race directing at Fonda that he actually won the I think it was a 305 there. Danny Barron always
he won the
360s. But
yeah, he holds the record there for that. Yep. Yeah, Barron was Barron was there at the race because they had the ESS race. I know yesterday he was supposed to race again, but he had some trouble. But it's always cool to like see like I got to meet Caden Berry a couple weeks ago at Albany Saratoga. It's really cool to make the iRacing friends meet him in real life and see him at racetracks all over the country.
Yeah, like I just met Bradley Cox a couple weeks ago because he was racing with ASCS when I was working there, and at Dodge City. He was signed up for this race originally, but he said he's going to Indianapolis this week or something. So
yeah, I think he was at the BC 39. He didn't make the show, but he was there, which is pretty cool.
Just being able to go there has got to be awesome.
Yeah. I remember last year he actually did really good at the Chili Bowl, and there was somewhere he helped me win my dirt draft recently where it was I forget, it was like a month or two ago, a USAC midget race, and he was like the lowest number, and he ended up finishing top 5 and helped me out. It's really cool to see the guys coming off of iRacing getting into real sprint car racing because of it, not just the ones that raced in real life and then just happen to play iRacing, but Tyler Shell, he's been racing his 305 around Pennsylvania and stuff. And I've been
I did see him
he's
starting to get into it now.
Yeah, he's racing at Port Royal. I mean, they all seem to be steps ahead of another rookie. Not that they're going out winning, but they're look at Logan Rumsey. He got 8th place, one spot behind Kyle Larson last week. That was incredible. Isn't that unbelievable? Kid never ran a 410, I don't think, before last year.
I mean, good thing he's running 410s because he sure as heck is going to run a 358 at Williams Grove this year.
yeah, he does bowl still too, but yeah,
because they might have gotten one in now at Williams Grove. I know for a while they still hadn't got a race in.
Oh, the 358s, yeah. That's probably why he was just like, well, let's get a 410.
Oh well. I guess we'll start by talking about.
Really cool.
I mean, I think I have like 104 starts now.
Yeah, that's why I got to keep them going. I ain't gonna let anybody take that record from me. That's it's pretty awesome. But yeah, I think I found you. I don't know if I found you on that first hosted race, but I know I've been around since the very beginning.
I'll have to look it up. I believe you were at the first race. I think so. You haven't missed.
Yes, I think
definitely less than 10.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny when you're like, oh, you got 100 wins. I'm like, who's second? You're like Fred with like 50. I'm like, wow, I got that many more than everybody. Or like, I know Puckett's been in a lot too, but.
I did offer Robert Puckett to race this week, but he said he would respectfully decline.
I think that might be best for all of us, but I will say he's been doing great. He's been getting so much better. I noticed it. Still has some bad luck here and there, and he's still learning in a lot of ways, but he has really come a far way from, he blew my mind a few times in these 305 races this year. Pretty proud of him.
Yeah, he's qualified really good. Like, last couple races, he was up front in these races.
Yep. Yeah, he's starting to figure it out, but yeah. But yep, Hunter. I always enjoyed racing a Regal race because I know what to expect. I know you're going to put on a good show and you're going to be fair. So I'm not going to, that's where I put most of my focus, no matter what it is. If it's some mini stock race that I absolutely hate or series, but I stuck with it. And
That
you know,
was
and
a
then
series.
to the yeah, it was. That was. I hated that whole series, but I ran it out. I kept my mouth shut the whole time.
I don't know if you're ever going to see mini stocks again. I think you'd be more likely to see a microspurt race again than mini stocks. You're probably more likely to see a pavement mini stock race than a dirt mini stock race. But so your best finish was a fourth this year. I believe you actually had another fourth. I believe in the spring rush maybe a while back, but that's your best finish so far in the 360s. What are some week goals that you have this week? Hey, you got a copy? Oh, seems like we might have lost him here for a second. Hey, you got a copy?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yep, I got you.
There we go. Yeah. I was taking the back roads home from camping. Oh, watch out for deer. I'm definitely just gonna take it easy. I just want to make the show this week. I don't really care. I'm not putting any pressure on myself. A lot of cars. I mean, I'm not gonna expect that much. I felt like I put a little too much pressure on myself with the 305s, feeling like I had to make it, and made mistakes happen because of it. So let's try to put no pressure on it, go out, have fun, and that's usually when I seem to do the best.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of times, I mean, you just gotta let it come to you. I mean, I see with a lot of drivers, you try to force the issue, it usually doesn't end up well.
Yeah, I mean that's how I felt about Houston. Houston is also like I love it there. I'm pretty fast there, but it's a very thin line between crashing out and wrecking and being fast. So Knoxville is my favorite track. I've had the most experience there. I've had my best finishes there with in the high strength of field races. So I feel like if I just go about it like a regular old official race and not really think much about it, it'll probably benefit me pretty well.
Well, we wish you the best of luck this week. And is there anything else you want to talk about before we let you go?
No. I just want to thank you again for putting this on and all the time and effort it takes to do it. I know it's not easy. You really have to commit a lot of time to it, so we all appreciate it. And best of luck on everything going off without a hitch. So thanks again.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, man. We'll see you Tuesday, I think. So see you then.
All right, that was Jimbo Rooney. All right, everyone. That is going to do it for tonight's RPES 360 Nationals kickoff show by Royalty Motorsports. I just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors and the 98 drivers that signed up for this week. It's unbelievable to see the amount of support that everyone has given to us, not only just this week or throughout the whole year, really, to get to this point, to be able to have a 98 car 360 Nationals. It's pretty incredible, and like I said, just thank you all, and we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll be live here about 8:45 p.m. Eastern with night number 1 of the second annual RPES 360 Nationals.